H. Jones here. Today's topic is called Help Me to Understand. Have you ever had a situation where you're having a conversation with someone or you're in written communication with someone and you're finding it difficult, or you find it difficult to understand their perspective or where they're actually coming from? Or you may understand what they're asking but suspect that they're trying to take liberties or get one over on you. I have. And I've learned that instead of becoming annoyed or frustrated, which is counterproductive anyway, I coined a phrase for these situations. And the phrase is, help me to understand. Now, these 4 words have helped me to stay in peace rather than going to pieces. And they've helped me to keep the lines of constructive communication open with the person I'm having difficulty with. They've also enabled me to achieve a mutual understanding with the other party I'm speaking to, or at the very least get to a point where, if necessary, we can agree to disagree. And last but not least, it's helped me to avoid eating humble pie. Now, in the past, I've used different variations of help me to understand, such as, help me to understand your rationale, your thinking on this point. Help me to understand how you arrived at this conclusion. Or, help me to understand your thinking on this point. And last but not least, help me to understand why you've taken the action that you have. Now, listening to understand is important. And I recall being asked years ago to advise on a consultation halfway through the process. Now, the individual affected by the change was vocally resistant to that change because she believed it to be a ruse contrived by her manager to move her out of her current position. Now, at the first consultation meeting, I asked her about her views on the consultation to ascertain why she had such strong opinions about it. Essentially, I was asking her, help me to understand. Now, as I listened to her, I began to understand her perspective. The strength of her objectives did not lessen, but our conversation and subsequent conversations were always mutually respectful because she'd enabled me to understand her position. Now, while the relationship between the staff member and her manager never recovered, the experience taught me about the importance of taking time to listen and understand someone else's viewpoint genuinely. So if you are ever in a situation where you are having difficulty understanding, somebody else's perspective and you're tempted to become annoyed, just pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, and instead of being quick to say, I don't know what you're talking about, you're talking rubbish, or forget you, consider taking the conversation in a completely different direction and asking one of the variations of help me to understand. Who knows, the other person or persons may enlighten you to a perspective or point of view that you would not have otherwise considered. Plus, it can help you to avoid burning bridges and possibly, just possibly, eating humble pie. That alone is worth giving it a try, isn't it? Help me to understand. Remember, be HR wise. Bye-bye.